Yeah, your mic off. Okay, 1900 hours. We'll call the meeting to order for Morgantown Fire Territory Executive Board. We can stand and do the pledge real fast. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We tried to get the word out for this meeting relatively with enough time for people to make sessions, and I appreciate you guys all being here. So we do have the roll call to the quorum, permanent quorum. I can see you guys. We need to make a motion to approve the minutes from the previous meetings. Do we need to read those again? Or?
Yeah, these haven't been read from the last meeting.
Okay, good.
Minutes from the March 19th, 2026 meeting. The 7 p.m. meeting was called to order by Chair Matt Davidson. Pledge of Allegiance was recited. Roll call to determine quorum. Matt Davidson, Township Representative. Jeff Reed, Township Representative. Joe Blevins, Town Representative. Joel Blevins, Town Representative. Trish Keener, Secretary and Attorney and at-large member. Minutes from January 22nd, 2026 minute were read upon motion by Joe Blevins and seconded by Jeff Reed, and vote taken. Motion carried to approve minutes with no corrections. It was noted that Courtney Allen resigned as a representative of the town, and Joel Blevins was appointed to take her place. Old business, brush truck. The fire department has checked on new and used trucks. The range is anywhere between $150,000 and $200,000. An F-450 flatbed from Spencer will be $167. Build it yourself will be approximately $144,000. This truck will be used as a brush / purposeful truck, grain, rescue trailer, and side-by-side trailer. They're looking at an F-550 for build it yourself. It will be approximately 6 months. Spencer is 1 to 1.5 years out. Lighting will be done by outside source. Quote from dealership for F-550 truck only, no bed, gas engine is $56,000. The skid unit and tools will be transferred to the new truck. Joe mentioned a state bid may reduce the cost. Alan Olson suggested the truck should be titled to the fire department so it can't be removed from the fire department. He also asked if federal grants were available. It was discussed that federal grants have been put on hold due to government shutdown. Joe asked about the possibility of financing the new truck. Joe made a motion to purchase the new brush truck. Joel seconded, motion approved. Joe then made a motion to send this up to the township board for their approval. Next was Senate Bill 1. It's been determined, obviously, that Senate Bill 1 will reduce property taxes. The fire department's budget has been cut so that there will be 3 responders on the station. Staffing helps ISO ratings and homeowners insurance. Marcus Billings asked about a combination station, which would include part-time staff and volunteers. Per Chief Chapman, most runs are covered by the 3 part-time staff, and 1 or 2 volunteers show up to help. Volunteers are paid $15 per run for non-EMTs and $20 per run for EMTs. Marcus Billings asked if the amount paid to the volunteers could be increased. It was explained that money is not what drives the volunteers to show. It was discussed maybe paying hourly rather than by the run, but if a volunteer or part-time employee works more than 212 hours in 28 days, they must receive benefits. Jewel asked for the chief to explain the cuts to the budget. Things removed were the $5,200 for the chief, $2,600 for the assistant chief. Clothing allowance was reduced from $6,000 to $2,500. Volunteer pay went from $18,000 to $7,000. Jewel stated she believed the chief and assistant chief should get their money. She thinks they give up too much. Marcus Billings agrees with Jewel that the chief and assistant chief should take their pay for their respective positions. Senate Bill 270 has made it through. If the fire territory is already established, it is favorable to us. We can stand alone or merge at the township's decision. New business, new lighting for the tanker is $20,279.30 for Move Over Outfitters to upgrade to LED. It's an older truck, it's a 2007, but in good shape. It does not need replaced, just updated with new lights. This should be paid for out of the equipment replacement fund. Alan Olson asked if the tanker is in the shop, what do we do? Engine 161 can do double duty as tanker or engine. Marcus Billings asked about the lifespan of trucks. The typical lifespan is approximately 20 years. Joe made a motion to take the estimate for the lights on the tanker. Jeff seconded, motion passed. The contract for fire protection with the fire territory was discussed. A motion was made by Joe to approve and sign the contract, seconded by Trish, and motion carried. The budget must be submitted to the township by June 1st, 2026. The 2027 budget was then discussed. Original FSG number was $871,795, but it will be cut due to Senate Bill 1. Chief Chapman stated he knows it would cut it at least $60,000. There will also be additional expenses such as water and sewer, as these items were not included in prior budgets because the fire department had not had to pay these expenses in the past. Marcus Billings asked if there was a possibility of the fire department not paying a water bill since it was through the town. Joe stated he would check with the attorney to see if it was possible. The fire department reports use of water when filling trucks. It is understood that the sewer must be billed and paid. Alan Olson asked if dirty water affects the fire trucks, and it was explained that it causes problems with the pumps. The new water lines are helping. Small equipment sale, items for sale that the fire department does not use or need, they would like to sell or donate to other departments that are in need. Joe made a motion for permission to sell and donate. Jeff seconded, and the motion carried. Fire chief items. Morgan County Farm Bureau wants to provide an ag rescue, grain bin rescue task force. The MCFB president offered to buy the trailer for the rescue tools in exchange for the purchase of the ice cream booth at the fair for the price of $1. The trailer is valued at $86,450. It looks as if the trailer will be in some time between June and August and will come with some training. Many questions were raised regarding the trailer. Could this help with money coming in by training other departments? Who will own the trailer? Will additional equipment need to be purchased for the trailer? The trailer will belong to the fire department. Additional equipment must be purchased for the trailer. Farm Bureau has provided some training already. Morgantown Fire will be required to help with mutual aid where needed in the county, since this is a countywide task force. It was also announced that the fish fry will be April the 3rd. Comments from the floor. Marcus Billings pointed out that the 2024 attorney's fees were from establishing the fire territory. Marcus also asked if any help was needed for the fish fry. It was explained that the Lions Club helps with manpower. Supplies are purchased from 7K Farms. The community donates pies, cakes, and desserts. The following questions were raised regarding expenses for 2025. There was $25,000 to First Alarm, and that was for the tanker rebuild. $66,000 to MES. That was fire gear, which has a 10-year lifespan. $2,300 for pest control. There's a state obligation for what has to be done, bugs, mice, termites, and it has to be done at both stations. Mice are the biggest problems because they cause damage to equipment and gear. And then the other expense that was questioned was Lynn Care, and that's oxygen for patient care. Trish Skinner moved to adjourn the meeting. Joe Levin seconded. Vote taken, and meeting adjourned at 8:17 p.m.
Okay, we'll need a motion to approve the minutes as read.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as read.
Second. Executive board items, does anybody have any to discuss? Right. Right into old business. The brush truck update on the purchase items and the status of where we are right now. If I get this wrong, let me know. The truck is here. It was purchased and brought over shortly thereafter. When they made the motion to do it at the township level. We're waiting on the super singles and all the things to turn it into it look like a war wagon, basically, and then they're going to do a lot of the work on that and get it out for lighting and things like that. That's pretty much what's going on now. The truck's sitting there. The bed is in the queue, and all the super single stuff. So it was a 9 to 12 week lead, so it should be here coming soon. We have to pay for shipping.
The update we got was like end of July, beginning of August.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff's going to start coming in.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you said that in
End of July, beginning of August is when a lot of
The green
like parts and stuff is going to start coming in. What's that?
The grain trailer come around the same time?
No, it's coming. We've been told June 22nd.
Well, that's
Around when it's in receipt.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we're bouncing ahead here. But yeah, wait, since you did bring it up, it is supposed to be here in like June 22nd, then I don't know when they're going to put the training on for it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so that's the
update I
Farm
have.
Bureau training.
yes, Indiana Farm Bureau and all that, yeah, because we're going to coordinate with them with all this.
So we bounced it down to C. We'll go back up to D, which is probably the most amount of the meat of the meeting. It'd be the budget for 2027. And I was gonna, you feel good talking about it?
It's in front of you guys.
Yeah.
Clayton worked really hard to shave.
So originally, back in 2024, they did that study or whatever, FSG did, whatever you want to call it, and it had it at 871,795, and I just showed the paperwork that we had kind of went along with. I know that their line items are all bundled together in just a few, but I had you on that went up to 871,795. Well, I trimmed that down. I trimmed off certain line items, got it down to 812,295.
Did have that. Okay. Or most of the cuts made.
So I placed the 812,295 one in front of me. I don't know that any of you, but maybe you might have the 871,795 one, but I took it down. Okay, I'll start toward the top here. The payroll company, they haven't charged us a lot for their services for what they do, so I brought that line item down. I originally had 10,000. I took it down to 5. Utilities I brought down just based off kind of studying what our utilities have been doing, and I took that down to 25 to 15. Fuel the same, I had 12.5 written on there. Even with the hike in the fuel prices, I took it down to 95.5 because we're still looking good there. DSO reporting system I had at 10. We've been spending right at 8,000, so that was able to cut 2,000 from that line item. Same with the CPA. They do us really well, so I took that from 6,000 to 3,000. Building supplies I took down to 10. Clothing allowance I took down to 2,000. The training I took down to 10,000. We've been able to find ways to get, either we just host the trainings ourselves, us that are certified in certain things, or we've been able to find ways to get the training at either reduced rates or for free. But there's still some classes we do have to send people to and pay for, like the confined space classes, the rope rescue ones that are going to be required for the grain bin. So I left that at 10, but I took it down from 15 to 10. EMS supplies, I had at 5,000. I took it down to 3. A lot of things we were able to get restocked from the ambulance. If we use our equipment, they'll just give us some of theirs. But there is some things that, with expiration dates, lifespan things, I left that at 3 just to be on the safe side. The postage or advertising, we don't do a lot of advertising of anything hardly anymore. And just based off a lot of things you can pay online or and all that, so you're not using the post office as much, but just the price of stamps and everything, I took it from $6.95 to $1.95. And then I took down the lawyer legal fee just based off of what I've seen. I took it from 25 to 15. And I got it down to 812,295.
What's the legal fees?
I've got 15,000 in that line item.
So 59,000? No, 61,000.
61,000
Yeah,
is what I cut.
nines are hard. So 61,000.
And we still don't know what Senate Bill 1's going to cut.
I mean, we know it's going
this
to,
number
yeah.
in the future as well. Because we already seen where our 821 budget was cut.
Went to 786.
60,000
Yeah.
to go 786.
I mean, I got it down to below what the original 821 was. And then, like I said, we know that we submitted, well, it fell back last year to 821 again, and we got 786.5. I mean, if we submit 812,295, we won't get that. But
Do you foresee any other expenses as far as apparatus or things like that?
No, we're trying
no,
to
with
keep what we got going.
this first year, we got hit hard with the pump maintenance, things like that. I don't see that being a huge deal every year. That stuff, I would hope, with regular maintenance now that it should be less and less. But the trucks do get older, so I can't guarantee nothing, but
There's still, there's
yeah.
the, because we're trying to be proactive, is this the 812, 295, the one you want to try and submit to the township board?
Yes, I wanted to bring it down as much as possible from the 871.
Okay.
Is what I was trying to do.
So we need to move it from here in a motion to take it to the township?
Yes.
Okay. Does anybody entertain the motion, to make a motion to submit 812-295 to the township board to get their approval or agreement? Yes, sir.
Can I ask questions about the budget? I guess.
Can we wait to the end? Or do you want to, can we wait to the end?
Well, relative to what you did,
Go ahead.
you had $25,000 on utilities fee.
Well, with over the last few years, with the increase was going up and up and up on utilities, so I just overshot it. But I felt like I could cut that one comfortably and keep it take it down to where I took it to.
Where did you dig to, sir?
I took it from 25 to 15.
And again, in previous years, we did not have a water sewer bill, and multiple cities and towns got in trouble for that across the state of Indiana and had to correct that. And they said that is not an option. You have to have that.
And I'd never had
That's
one
the budget.
before.
We never had one before, so
that was part of why
that
we
did
shot a little high.
affect where our numbers were and shot it a little high.
Okay. The ESO reporting went from 4,500 to 10.
Yeah, so it went from 4,500 to 10 because when we did just a regular ESO reporting, that's what it costed, was around $4,500. When we added the extra package to do the scheduling, it bumped it up to 8.
That ESO package also has ways for us to log all of our inspections of buildings and stuff, which we submitted to ISO to get a better rating. So it's like one thing that shows your run reports, your building inspections and stuff like that. Just keeps it clean, keeps it where even on a fire scene we could pull up our ESO reporting and see where hydrants are and stuff like that. And that all helped with our ISO ratings, which we'll talk about later.
Sorry to interrupt you. Doesn't it also track your exposures per incident? So if you were to go back to it for line of duty or something like that?
I don't know if we have that in our package. In our package, I don't know if we have that. Because they'll sell you everything. I mean,
Yeah, they will tell you everything. It also submits all of our run reports to the state.
properly. And that helps you when you want to apply for a grant.
Yeah,
Federal
because
grants,
before we
state
didn't have that before. So
And you had 25,000 for building supplies on the building trucks for 2025, you only spent 87.
yeah, that was another one. I didn't know how with staffing. I wasn't adding 3 people. I was thinking as far as building supplies, like cleaning supplies, just your basic, toilet paper, paper towels, things like that. And that was another one. I just wasn't sure with 3 people living there how that was going to pan out. So I had those numbers just high originally. So I felt like I could shave that down to where it's at. I shaved it from, you said building supplies, right?
Yeah.
I shaved it from 25 to 10. I think we could comfortably, because like you said, we spent 87. We've spent around 8,700 so far, and I thought, well, I just overshot that one too. I'd like to cut it down to where it should be.
But that's like our percentage, right? And that's, like you said, cleaning.
Yes, cleaning supplies, anything like that.
It's not like an earmark for a construction project.
No.
It's playing on the taxes. Is that payroll taxes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that is payroll taxes. So, yeah, to better explain that, the payroll that expense is supposed to be for the pay to the individuals. The taxes is for the
That's the employer contract.
employer contribution. Yes. Okay.
Why did Why did it go up? If last year we did 525.6, it was 38.5. Why did it go to 51.5 this year?
Well, I was basing that off of, I wasn't sure if I was comfortable with it being at 38.
You should have those numbers already. By 2060, you would have those numbers.
No, I've never actually had a full year's budget yet from July to July. So I don't have like the best solid numbers, and I was trying to base off what we're at now. I'm trying to base it off that, not crazy overshoot like we have originally. That's why I trimmed these ones down. That one I wanted to leave alone and then revisit it. For
25, you spent 26, and you voted to 38, and then now you voted to 51. That's a 34% increase.
But we've never had a 365 day calendar of payroll taxes yet.
Well, last year you started in July.
we started in July, yeah.
Yeah, but and you're going to have 26. It's going to be a full year. That was 38.5, so I just wondered why was the 34% increase. You're not changing manpower, you're not helping.
No, my biggest thing was I was pretty confident I undershot that one. That line item was my original thought. And so I just wanted to make sure I was comfortable there and I wasn't wrong with that. So. Because you said that 2025 had 26,000? Because I know I'm going to be over that.
25,971.
25,971?
25,000 you spent.
Yeah, I'm going to be over that. I can tell you that right now. I'll be over that with my first year going through it. I know I'll be over that number.
Can't you go to AccuPay and have them tell you what it would be?
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
I mean, that's what they do.
yeah. I actually have done that. I'm currently at $33,284.80 in that line item. That was the other reason I bumped it up when I was looking originally.
I'll make a budget on that meeting, and then new budget to the township.
At the 812,295.
I'll second it.
That passes. Well, we've already hit the green rescue trailer a little bit, but that does.
Another thing on that, since you brought that up again, one of the things that Farm Bureau would like to do, they're going to be sponsor of the day. I'll need to get you the day at the Morgan County Fair. And since the trailer will be here in June, we should be able to have it down there in July
On display?
on display at the fairgrounds the day that Farm Bureau is the sponsor of the day.
How much mounting needs to go on, like as far as like, is there specialized tools and things like that, as far as, you know, how we can put our axe hangers and things like that?
That trailer comes with roll-up doors that you store it inside, so.
Yeah. And it'll mostly just have the grain bin chutes in it.
Okay.
So, and like maybe a spot for rope bags.
Would it be, is it coming already decaled?
No.
No.
Here. Another question?
Go ahead.
You have payroll. Are you now paying 6 people a day, $20 an hour, or are you have 4 people a day?
Here. I guess the best way to answer this, I have, am I understanding this correctly?
We have 23 people that make $20 an hour and only 4 people that make 15.
Yeah.
And people submit what they're able to do
They submit
on a monthly schedule.
Yeah, we schedule that monthly. They submit their time, and we do 3 people a day.
And we always try to do firefighter EMT that's making $20 an hour, but if we're struggling to get that, and a firefighter can come in for $15 an hour, we still bring them in, because we still have 2 other EMTs that can perform full function.
Right.
So,
So then my question would be, if you're at full 6 people a day at $20 an hour,
yes.
Somebody fills in at 15, then wouldn't that make your taxes go down? Because you're not paying as much payroll.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I would have leftover money in that line item if people were being paid $15 an hour, but I mean, most of our people are being paid 20. And I don't know how much I'll have left over like this first year in that line item.
Isn't the goal to get everybody trained to the $20 spot?
Absolutely. Yeah, even though actually those 4 firefighters have been through EMT class and are waiting to take their national registry tests and all that stuff currently.
So the 15 may not even be a thing soon.
Possibly, yeah.
Maybe you have 23 EMTs.
Yes. We have 23 employees that are firefighter EMT making $20. No, there's 4 that are just firefighters. And they're making 15.
Since that passed, that was the last thing in old business. The new business is I'm giving a courtesy to this board that with the grain rescue trailer arriving, we're going to go to the township because we all kind of are dealing with this, the apparatus. I'm going to go to them and ask them if we can list Rescue 162, which is 30 years old.
It's a 1996 F-350.
Because all the equipment that was in there for large animal rescue will be able to be on the new grain trailer and then combine the new.
Well, the grain bin stuff goes on the grain trailer. The large animal stuff goes in our other trailer.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sorry, what year?
1996.
I've ventured out with Garage. I looked at them, but I think it's too old. But there's Municipid and a few other things where you can list it. They do all the work for you, so you don't get hung up in legal stuff with bid.
Yeah, there's some
Sealed
government
bid.
sites you can host it.
That's really all I wanted to do is just tell you that. Probably put it out to the township board as well. Fire chief items.
As we heard in old business, the tanker will hopefully be going to get upfitted on new lights here in the near future. And then was going to bring up ISO. I know that myself and some of the other firefighters like Luke and Clayton have worked hard, but I know town president and town DPW have really worked way harder this go around than they did in 2020. I'm just gonna be honest. They worked really aggressively. They've been really bumping up points on the water side. We've bumped up a lot on the fire department side with things we've done like hose testing that we hadn't done before, those pre-plans of buildings and structures in our commercial areas has really helped us with points and things like that. We have been awarded a 6X, and it is effective date 9/1 of 2026, so September 1st. But in the meantime, I know there are still people that are trying to figure out ways to help their mortgage and escrow and stuff like that. I'm going to work on trying to get together some kind of document on our letterhead with a to whom it may concern and discuss this and get it out there so that maybe they can send that to their insurance agent, send it to the underwriter, and maybe go ahead and acknowledge that 6X. If some insurance companies will acknowledge that, even though it's technically not taking effect till September 1st. But the big things that helped that was staffing again, because we had staffing in 2015. We did not in 2020. We had truck at Station 2 in 2015. We did not in 2020. That killed us on ISO in 2020. And the DPW didn't participate very well. And the town president didn't back then. And it's just what it is. But we have really come together and really gained a lot of points and we were hoping for a 7 again, and we got a 6X. I think that's something to be very proud of.
That also, the explanation of 6 and 6X moves you into adequate fire protection.
Mm-hmm. And ISO is basically telling you if you're following the law of sufficient fire department, and you absolutely are when you're a 6X, and you're not when you're a 10.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and the things that do that, staffing and paperwork.
Reported.
We all hit it hard,
Yeah.
and it's hard to get volunteers to come in and donate their time when you have staffing there. They test the fire hose while they're sitting there. and get it done and get it recorded. And it's done wonders for us. So this should affect people's homeowners insurance, hopefully very well, to help them with their mortgages.
Good.
Yeah, we're going to be visiting the whole water today as soon as we finish the project. I talked to them on the phone yesterday. And the same way with the hydrants. So they made even clearance for our hydrants since we had one last year in September.
Anything else, Chief?
I mean, I don't want to go back to the 10, so I don't want anyone to dissolve this territory. I'll publicly say that out loud.
Need to do it. Does the board have any comments or announcements for the business? It's maybe the shortest one ever. Comments from the floor? Sir?
Yeah, one question. You guys spoke of doing new lights on the tanker. There's another one, 7, correct?
Correct.
20-year lifespan, so next year, in tanker. So the work doing the lights is taking the whole time.
So for us, we do feel like it is appropriate to do the lights because those trucks are extremely expensive for us to purchase, and that's a burden on the taxpayer we're not willing to do. If we refurbish the lights, it brings it up to current NFPA standard. We just had the pump rebuilt, which helps us with the NFPA recommendation standard or whatever. And so with new pump, new light, it's like having a new truck. The motor's not got 12,000 miles on it.
It doesn't leak.
It's got less than 15,000 miles on it. So there's no reason to get a new truck with DEF fluid and it go in limp mode when we have this truck that is functional. No, it's a great question, but yes, our goal is you can do things that help it qualify for what they call refurbished to give you another 10 years.
Okay.
And that's what we're doing because that is way cheaper on the taxpayer.
Appreciate it.
And we like that truck.
I just have one quick question. Is it just 6 or is it like?
So my understanding, and maybe Joe can help and Matt may be able to since they've all dealt with ISO before, but so 6 is definitely in town where the hydrants are. When you start to get out into that 5-mile range, that's your 6X area. That's showing that we can still respond road miles in a timely manner and perform in a manner that is going to potentially save that structure, that house, whatever it be, from fire.
So they have extended coverage.
Extended coverage, yeah.
That brings up a question. May I ask? Are there some things that the township can do to help bring down the ISO rating out in the township?
Well, I mean, we got a truck back at Station 2 that helps us get stuff into that 5 road miles.
Their hydrants,
The only thing that we're hoping to do is, as long as we can stay functioning with 3 staff people and stuff like that, as we move forward in the future, is we can do what they call a tanker shuttle and hit those dry hydrants and do that like down at Painted Hills. And that can be drastic to help maybe take us from a 6 to a 5X and stuff like that. And that is to show that us and our mutual aid tankers can flow water in a timely manner. We got to do it for 2 hours in front of the ISO guy. He has to physically be there and watch us do this. And we would have, Green Township, Washington Township, Trafalgar, everyone working together. We'd bring water in, we'd shuffle it and be flowing it and showing that we can maintain water. That shows that we can put a house fire out in a timely manner.
yeah, I know we're going to have the tank, we're going to have the tower full. So with the tower full, and then we have a direct line coming in, Joe had mentioned something about we could keep that running here at the town too.
Yes, and if you remember in the beginning when we started talking about this, our ISO rep said, let's get out of the basement, let's get out of the 10. And he said, let's go over everything you've done from 2020 to today. And we did that. And he said, let's do that. Let's maintain that for a year and a half, 2 years. Then let's do that tanker shuttle. He said, you need to have history and proof that what you're doing is working and functioning and sufficient. And obviously we're making a huge splash if we went from a 10 to 6X. And we're still planning on continuing to go.
We'd like to get it better than that.
We'd like to get it better than that. And
But
if
the
we can
wa-
keep
but
3
the
people
town-
staffed and
yeah.
stuff, we're going to do that.
But with the
With
town,
the town upgrading the water,
Yeah,
that's huge.
yeah, nothing's come
That's
through
gonna be a
yet,
big
so
deal.
that's going to be big. Yeah. But, yeah.
But definitely a tanker shuttle in the township area would be huge. But again, they have to help schedule that date with us, and they wanted us to do what we're doing now for at least over a year.
Yeah, you gotta have a record.
They want to see records, and they really like 3 to 5 years of like this. They want 3 to 5 years of this.
Anything else from the floor? Yes.
In your March 5th, 2026 minutes, you stated you had 47,000 in the savings account. What do you use that money for?
That's for the non-for-profit? That'd be the non-for-profit? Okay, yeah, that's currently it's just there right now.
That's where, when we bought the fish fry supplies and stuff, come out of that budget.
That's what I've always used it for. Yeah.
So, and then when you do the fish fry, you put the money back in?
Into that one, yeah. Yeah, when I take the expenses out and pay $7K and all that out of that one, yes, I put whatever we make back into that one there.
Is there a purpose? I believe you have 4 different checking accounts.
I don't have 4 checking accounts. I've got 2 checking, 2 savings.
2 checking accounts, 4 different accounts.
Yes, I do have 4 accounts, yes. Yes.
And so this one is just an arbitrary saving account. Is it that truck holding account?
No, that was just, that is just some stuff that we had, from over the years, acquired from the fish fries, the ice cream sales, and then just some things that we had, well, for the old, the way we used to contract as well. So when we went to this territory, we created these specifically for the territory. The other checking and savings is specifically for the territory because it was a new tax and we kept it separate.
On the ISO, is the, given the keys to access those outlying, items, is that just kind of a non-starter, there's just not enough of them? Did they mention any of that?
What do you mean keys?
So water keys to turn the hydrant.
Oh, for like Brown County?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so scattered throughout, I don't know that it would help our ISO that much without a tanker shuttle. I don't know that the impact would be as great as we think.
Yeah.
Because that would be like fractions of a point. It's not like it'd give you a full point or 2 points that would throw you into the next rating.
Do you have a map of all the fire hydrants?
I know we have a lot I think, and I'll have to double check with him because of the new hydrants, but we did have every hydrant in the town. Thought we had some in the township. I know we marked where every dry hydrant was that we knew of.
If we do, I don't believe it's current.
Anything else?
No,
They want to make a motion to adjourn.
wanted to adjourn.
Second.
All right, thanks for coming.